I feel like the reason why you end up not having enough stuff to supply abroad, it is because these people who are down there are not getting paid well.
I think you are in poultry because you see something in poultry. I think it's not because you love chicken. It's because you love chicken, yes, I know, but if chicken doesn't give you money, eggs.
I think for the best thing that they can do for youth, especially these ones who are just having an ideas in agribusiness, is for us to have access to finance.
Even rich man, they cry upon to their level, depending to the business they want to make.
I'm proud to be among the generation that is proving agribusiness is where the money is.
Thank you. My name is Freedom Iradukunda. I'm a managing director of Prolific Farm. We're here at Youth Unmoderated Dialogue. We're gonna be talking about, agribusiness, how you can make a lot of money into agribusiness, how you can, you can move from being poor to being rich while doing this uh, business, specifically agribusiness. So we're gonna start by getting to know each other, yeah, and later on we're gonna keep moving and having this discussion.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Sifa Florence Sangwa. I'm an agricultural influencer and a farmer, especially pig farming. Um, I use digital storytelling where I share the real farm experience of farmers to inspire youth, especially because they are the ones that are the future of agribusiness. So I'm sharing how agribusiness is becoming profitable, it's becoming modernized, and how it can be used sustainably. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm Corred Samuel Cesarano. I'm a farmer of tomato and peppers and influencer agriculture. I'm very happy to be with you to talk about agribusiness is where the money comes and to talk about the challenge to face in agriculture. Sometimes people not know about the challenge exactly to change challenge into good way and good solution come from this discussion. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. My name is Gloria Mutesi and I'm MD of Aquasense, whereby we are an agri-tech person that we are able to influence farmers by designing them tools that will be able to help them improve productivity and be market ready. And through that, we interfere so that farmers are able to develop business ventures that can be profitable to them. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Rafiki Gatsinzi. I'm happy to join this youth and moderated dialogue. So I'm an MD to Iteme Services. We do provide different services to in agri value chain from farmers, where we support them in certification, global gaps, meta, and also exporters and compliance for BRC. And also we do support and help food industries in terms of factory setting, uh, certification to get the quality marks. Also support them to get the ISO standards. For example, like the ISO 2000, HSSP, KMS. Also, we do help them in import of raw material and export of the final product. So I'm pleased to be here so to discuss with my colleagues in terms of sharing the insight and also the potential of business creation in agribusiness and agriculture chain in general. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Marguerite Twizeyes. I do export of fruit and vegetable. I normally do sweet pepper, green chili, hot pepper, avocados. Yeah. I know. And also I have a different market. I have a market in the UK, Dubai, and the Brazzaville. Are you really happy to join this team? Thank you.
Thank you once again. I'm Judith Tumukunde, Managing Director of Unmoderated Dairy, mainly based in milk handling and processing. We produce fermented milk, that's yogurt and chivuguto. Right now, we are based in a internal market, local in our area. So I am very thankful to join this beautiful conversation, an amazing dialogue on how agriculture is a source of value chain, where we found that money is now in agriculture activities. We knew all that when we are youth, nothing we can fail. We can fail nothing. So we came from nothing to something. For sure, we didn't know where to start from, but right now, let's encourage younger generation to focus on agriculture, not relying on any other activities, but also to inform that we need to inform them that in agriculture, they can also invest in agriculture and earn something. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Etienne Niyigawa, and I'm agriculture agronomist. Then I am the country representative for YPAD, which is a global network for young professionals in agriculture development. I'm happy to be with you. I'm happy to engage, happy to discuss about agribusiness and how agribusiness is the new gold for money. And I hope I will have a very good discussion. So I also do agriculture extension. Way back in 2014, I founded what is called YIN. So it's my pleasure to be with you, and I hope we'll have, a very good discussion. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be with you all because we are doing different businesses. And yeah, when we exchange ideas, we also learn from each other. And I would like to start asking Gloria, like she's very young. You see, she's maybe under 20. So, what inspired you to be into agribusiness? What was your motivation? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I feel like Sifa really clarified that me being able to emerge into the agriculture sector is because I was able to see the cause of like why farmers at the end of the day are the one that are suffering, yet over like 30% of the whole world are depending on fresh food from the farming systems. So, being able to draw from that, I had growing up, I had this insight of being able to know like what's causing this, like why farmers at the end of the day are not the rich people that we all hear like people talking. You know, we've had different sectors in an emerging sector of people. We say that this person who is rich, they're in tech, and this person who is rich, they're in maybe other venture, but at the end of the day, farmers who are doing agriculture are not like able to be like called the rich people. And I was like, maybe if I'm there, I will be the rich person because I'm like on the road cause like I'm the one who is doing agriculture, so I'll be able to keep money for myself. But the reality is different because it's all about sharing and everything. So that gave me a motive to be in agriculture and to be more of being able to study more about agriculture so that I'm able to narrow down and venture into the business aspect of agriculture. Thank you.
That's so beautiful. Godet, you shared that you're into export. How did you find yourself in exportation? Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're asking a good question because it is a long channel. Uh, I was starting after studying 2027. Most of you was very young. 2027, I was
2027, 2017.
sorry, 2017.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
sorry.
all right.
Yeah, it
You
is.
were in the future,
Yeah.
The business
We are
people, they are
looking for
always planning
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, sure. So during my studying, I was studying agriculture and food processing. You know, agriculture and food processing, it is a value chain. We do post harvest and we do also a part of processing. I was getting a chance of working with a big company here in Rwanda, which doing export. I was working with it for 4 years. After 4 years, I was changing my mind because I was studying. I have some experience. I was starting farming from nothing. I was starting farming for 1 hectare of. I was starting by cultivation of a green chili. After 1 year, I was trying to talk with a different client, which was outside. What they was in UK. I was trying by writing an email. After I was getting a good answer. The guy was saying, if you want to give me order, you have to comply this and this. I was looking for those documents. After getting a document, I was starting my journal. It was 2024.
Oh, okay.
It was 2024. I was starting by 2 ton a week, and now I'm able to supply 5 ton every week. So my market was starting to boost. That is my channel.
So you being in agribusiness, and was it motivated by just being exposed to that company? Is it something that you had when you were young, or you were motivated at the university where you're pursuing your studies?
I was messaged from my university.
Or you find yourself doing agribusiness.
Yes.
You didn't know what to do. I mean, something else to do. Then you decide to doing agribusiness. I was saying because maybe after school you find yourself working with the company that does export. Then did you have that passion that maybe you can start your own business, or you just saw that some number are adding up and then you said, uh-huh, this thing can be a good thing. Then yeah, I mean, you said, I'm gonna leave and do my thing.
Okay, thank you. As I said, I was working as others, and I have some skills from school and experience from my work. I was thinking myself, this business, me also I can do it. How can I do the business with others and also myself I can do? I was starting by farming, as I said.
Uh-huh.
After farming, some investor they pay me small money, and me I want to make a lot of money. I was starting talking with the client from UK, writing an email.
Uh-huh.
The guy was answering me. Good was giving me a good answer. He was giving me an order
Uh-huh.
of 2 ton. And he gave me the condition. You have to fill this and this to fulfill the there is some document he was asking me. I was looking for those documents.
For you to be able to export.
Yes. After months, I was giving him the 2 ton. He was saying this is a good quality. You have to give me another. He was increasing order. He was giving order a full week, a full month. Every week, 2 ton, 2 ton, 2 ton. After 3 months, I was getting a chance of supplying 3 ton. And now I have a year and 5 months working alone, working with my own company.
Wow. Are you able to satisfy that market?
No, I can't.
So can someone maybe jump in and
Okay, based on what she said, and also I work with the exporters, and also I've worked in export. So I believe the first and foremost the stimulating fact is based on the market demand. The market demand from the Europe and the Dubai is so high. So there's primarily a need from the customer. Secondly, is that agriculture now, based on the infrastructure that the government has been implemented in the farms. So you work in export, you observe the customer demand is high, and also as we speak, also as she said, exporters are not yet fulfill the customer demand. We are still under supply. So given fact also agriculture, I mean crop production in Rwanda is also doable and also is profitable. So that's the stimulating
I'm
fact.
finding myself asking so many questions because I really want to know. Like you are helping exporters. By the way, you will feel free to ask me also a question, but I
course.
want to get yours first. So you are helping exporters. What, why are you helping them? What did actually push you to go and help these people? What are you seeing in that?
Yes, the two things she said that they have to comply in terms of standard for quality management for from farm to pack house. So farmers, most of our farmers, they are smallholder farmers. So most of the farmers they don't have the global gap certification, which is a requirement from a customer. So also her as an exporter, where he do packing, which is in a pack house, he have to comply with BRC and HACCP standard. That's a management standard for quality compliance. So we help farmers first to comply, so the exporters can buy from them, complying. We can get to buy the product, which is confirming. Then they can be able to export.
In few words, she is paying you to do those kind of stuff.
certifications. Yeah.
All of us, you have to pay him, farmer and exporters. Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
yeah, that's true.
All of us, we pay. The farmer, you have to pay him for global gap. And me, I have to pay him for HACCP, BRC. Smeta. Yeah, it's a business because there is it is a requirement for different market. If you don't comply this, you cannot get a good market. If you get a market, not good price.
Now, my last question. Are you able to satisfy all the exporters and farmers?
Absolutely.
So you say that you cover everything so that there is no place for any other person.
No, in terms of certificate satisfaction, I mean we are able to serve who is coming to us. Yeah. So if you are looking for certification, we do it fully, so you get certified. I'm not saying that anybody that is coming in the game will not get the customer.
I was saying all the demand you are receiving. Are you able to just?
She said that she cannot satisfy. Maybe if I have
She's
heard
not
me.
satisfying the export market, but I'm asking this guy: are you able to satisfy the demand from the exporter?
Make sure you use mic when you're speaking.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm speaking a lot. I'm sorry for that. Are you able to satisfy all the demands you're getting from farmers and the exporters and these people who wants to comply? So it's like, do you have like enough resources, enough everything to cover every demand that you're receiving?
Yes, because in a certification, you cannot work alone. We have a certification bodies first who I come to do the audit. So what we help farmers is to comply and implement the standard requirements. So we have like a different team of experts. For example, if we are working with 20 experts today, because we have maybe 50 farmers. If we get 80 farmers, we recruit more experts. So far we were able to satisfy the demand. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask her also. She said that she cannot satisfy the market. She is also a farmer. Sifa is a farmer also. So maybe Sifa also has the harvest for the market, but she is not no longer able to do that export. What advice can you give her? Maybe she may be having a lot, and you can have some contracts. Can you maybe work together? Can you help her? What advice? What are the requirements? Thank you.
You want requirement or advice?
Yes, she's also said that she's in that value chain. Maybe if I had well, you said that maybe you are in the same line.
Okay, this is understandable. If she work in the value chain of agriculture, it means we work together, me and her. She has to comply some requirement as he was saying. There is a requirement for export market. What to do here, that's why we are together. We are going to share our knowledge and what we have so that we can make a connection.
So I have a question to my sister here. So most of the times we say that even locally we are not able to feed the market, and also as we all know, we said in agriculture there's money because nobody is going to the bed hungry unless he or she doesn't have money. So we are forced to buy food unless we don't have money. So why the exporters are not fulfilling or satisfying their market needs in terms of tonnage they are being asked, and also what is limiting the youth to join agriculture, and also yet there's an unemployment rate that is increasing. What is missing? So that's we are complaining there's no job, la, 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 la. And there's an agriculture there's job because she's not getting where to buy. Why there's a market, and also people are complaining there's no employment. What is missing so you can strategically tap in the sector so we can then get money and have more jobs?
Yes, reflecting on what he has been saying, I feel like there is a lot of like misconception of about agriculture and farming as well, because most of the youth, yes, we are able and we can do it better, but we have this misconception that farming is for our granddaddies, grandmothers, or the people that you grew up with in a society that were like quite old in compared to you. So generally like youth, they haven't like have gotten like that courage to say that let me be bold and do this farming. There is still a problem there because they don't think there is opportunity there. Most of them, they are not really like seeking out to ask, you know, because sometimes you might even ask someone, like I can give you like a reference. Maybe I ask you like how are you doing it, how can you help me interfere in it, and then somebody tells you, you know what, it's very hard, like you cannot do it, you know, like there is this thing that they tell you, and then you also like, can I do it, like, or maybe they tell you that you need a lot of money to do it. But at the end of the day is that when you are able to start small, like however you may start small, and then you are able to always seek guidance or ask people, because I feel like our farmers are really doing a great job, even though we call them that they are our grandfather and all, but they're doing a great job. They know what they're doing. So anytime you see someone, maybe growing on 1 hectare, and for you, you want to start for like a half of hectare, it's a very good lead, like to go there and ask them how they are doing it. And then because you are young, you need to be bold and knock on the doors, be able to ask like, how can I get a market? Because I feel like there is always those opportunities that people can really grasp, but because they are not seeking or asking, they cannot know it. So, like she has been saying about the export, she has been able to send an email and she was able to get like a good reply and a good market. So, at the end of the day, if I'm doing it as she said, I think she's not able to satisfy the market very well because there is always demand. Maybe tomorrow, maybe today, that customer or that client, if I may say it in that way, he's asking about 10 tons. Tomorrow he's going to ask about 20 tons, depending on how he's really doing in his market or people around him. So as someone maybe who is doing export, she's also going to need some other people doing agriculture. Like if I'm doing that chili farming, even though it's 1 acre, like or half of a hectare, and then he's able to export for me, that's a business. That's a very good business opportunity. So as I may say, reflecting again on what you said, young people need to be bold. Even though you have a small, yes, start with that small, and then you are going to be getting, bigger and bigger, because at the end of the day you cannot start with everything, because if you start with everything, there is no motive you're having, like, pushing you forward. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. First of all, the agriculture is a job. The reason why I talk is a job before, I'm gonna congratulate the government of Rwanda through to help youth in training somewhere. Me, I'm a farmer of tomato. Before to go and take tomato, it's the plan. The plan. I talk while I to plan the season. The year have 3 season: first season, third season, and second. The training from agronomy and the other practices that help the young people through in agriculture. I really know agriculture is a job, but still now we have a problem to change modern agriculture come from agriculture which are large on the practice where we show, and then the demand we're able to receive more, and consumer, even the people do export or import in the country, they satisfy come from the agriculture. Thank you.
Uh, I will come to these people who be exporting because I got a problem. You know, they be saying that these people who be exporting, they act as middlemen, and these people who are growing stuff down there on the farm, they end up not making good money as you all who are exporting are making good money. So how are you trying to cope this, so that the real farmer who is just down there on the farm, doing all the work, sometimes I feel like the reason why you end up not having enough stuff to supply abroad, it is because these people who are down there are not getting paid well. For example, if I'm a poultry farmer, I mean, it's not example, I'm a poultry farmer, and I found somebody who want do this export of egg. You know, you have already got this big contract. They paying you like let's say uh, 10 US a tray of 30 egg, and you come to me, pay me 3,000. You know, I end up, if I find out that you are getting paid this whole large amount of money, and you are giving me this small portion of that money, I will end up being, you know, discouraged kinda. So I really need to know, these people who are into export, are you really helping these people who are down there, struggling, trying to make, stuff that you can export?
Okay. First, I can I cannot say who is that the farmers are being paid less because there's a lot of exporters. So the way they negotiate contract is different, and I don't believe there's a standardized price to buy maybe a green share at certain price. So the way our agriculture food system is built, so you negotiate accordingly. For example, exporters, they do have more and more cost. So first, there's transport of workers at pack house, and mostly, and you tell me, I think for exporters, so the margin they get like between 60 to 70% goes to airline. I think so. The amount of the buying price, it depends on what they are getting, because remember, you are exporting to UK. You are not only Kenya is exporting, Zambia is exporting, South Africa is exporting. So the customer from UK has the like a standard price. And also, for example, if in Mozambique, there's a lot of chili, for example, there, for example, is the top major exporter of green chili to UK. And the box of 3 kg, maybe they are selling at £5. So there's no way she could send at £7. And remember, the input cost or the production cost from Mozambique is totally different with Rwanda. So as long as they, whatever they get, they negotiate with farmers. But what I can appreciate even exporter today, as even we are building, because export is still a new sector that has been not yet there. I think is now around 10 years, seven, 7 years of existence. So the first thing they have good done is to even provide a stable market for growers, because ask when you know what happened when they don't get a space around there. They tell farmers don't bring it, or they buy it and sell them to Nyabugogo, and no one is eating green chili. Even if let's say for habanero, how many Rwandans can you eat 1 kg of habanero? Yeah, and also for like cash crops like fruits, uh, onions, potatoes, we are not yet being exporting huge as vegetables. So that's the reason as we grow, that's how as the sector is growing, and also as they get more, I mean, like incentives from airline, because airline is what covering like high portion of the percentage. They will be also be able to pay the farmers, and for the exporters, I know, and for even yesterday I was with a farmer. For the farmers personally, I know they say it's not that much interest they are targeting, but they're not in loss. So as years going and as industry is growing, farmers they're getting like good money, and I know most of them they've been developing, because the farmers even who have been working for 3 years ago, they are still in the game, and I don't believe you can be in crop production. I mean, primary production for 4 years while you are losing. But regardless, there's some challenge that needs to be fixed. Yeah, and also the one I know, and even she can say about, there's some middlemen that you have an exporter and there's a farmer. So because an exporter is new and maybe she or he don't know where to buy, so that's how we come to tell a farmer, oh, this is French beans, and the farmer is a new, like you say, there's a new young person who is coming in the game and he has not yet get the contract from the exporter. So the one who are paying farmers a little money, they are the middle people who are saying, I know where you can sell your French beans. And he has to take his amount of money. So if an exporter is paying 1,000 per kg, you tell a farmer it's 600. And the farmer say, instead of losing everything, let me take this 600. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm loving this conversation because when you're talking about exportation, it's about money. And yeah, like from my side, because I got motivated because my grandfathers, she said, and my dad they are farmers. And I got one question to Etienne because he said that he's a country director of YPAD, which is Young Professionals for Agricultural Development. Why is it that nowadays youth are considering agriculture as a gold mine? Is there, do you see the reason behind, or because we were motivated by our ancestors, let's say, and now it is becoming more of being into hands of youth? What is that? What is the reason behind? Thank you.
So good. Thank you for a good question. So I think I've been seeing this kind of movement. I saw it, especially in Rwanda. I saw it when it was getting started. Young people getting into agriculture. It wasn't really started by the government. It was started by young people who wanted to go into farming. They were not seeing any way for them to just start farming because first of all they didn't have land. They didn't have enough skills to go into farming as a commercial kind of activity. I mean, as you said, the way our parents used or are still doing agriculture is not very appealing to young people. How can you tell me that I will always go in a farm 7 a.m. morning, do everything I can, and then I lose everything I have when the rainfall are really much, when I mean the drought is really high. So it was not really, and it's still not really very much appealing to young people. That's why I think even when we started the discussion, it, I mean it brought us to export. We are talking about export since we started, and no one actually said anything about the local consumption, production for the local market. So, to come back to your question, it all goes down to what is in what you're doing. I think you are in poultry because you see something in poultry. I think it's not because you love chicken. It's because you love chicken, yes, I know, but if chicken doesn't give you money, eggs, there is no, there is no something you'll be doing in poultry.
Don't put aside the
Oh
passion.
yeah, passion is one. Passion is one. But I do believe that passion has to be translated into something that you can put here and here in the pocket. So if the passion doesn't bring you anywhere, you just leave it. You cannot eat passion. So it has to make some income. So the point I want to make here is that young people are joining agriculture because they see some good examples of people who are making money in agriculture. Believe me, I've seen people with passion who don't have money and they quit what they are doing just to go and find something that can bring them money without loving it. You just hustle and do it. Then later, maybe like after 10 years, you can come back and serve your passion. But in the meantime, you need to have that motivation of what is going in your pocket. So now, agriculture is the backbone, as all of you guys know, is the backbone of our economy. And it is contributing, I think, like a third of our GDP. And most of the people, Rwandan citizens, are into agriculture. And if you see, most of Rwandan people are young people. So do you believe that we have any way out? None. We, I mean, as the biggest portion part of Rwandan population, we have to serve the biggest portion of economy. Otherwise, we don't have any way out because there is no way we can go into other sectors because other sectors don't have any accommodation to young people. Of course, there is an accommodation, but the big number can be accommodated in agriculture, which is the big, I mean, one of the biggest contributor to the economy. So because there is that something, I mean, someone who is doing export is telling about money. The guy who is doing consultants for helping export is talking about money. So agriculture has not to be again seen as a single something, if I may call a commodity or a value chain. I might shift and go to the kind of system. It's a food system, as you all know. We are using that term. So you can do agriculture and do. I mean, you can do different things and still be engaged in agri-food system. You are an influencer, and I think at some point give you some money. It gives some money. So you were in agriculture, but you are not necessarily doing primary production. You are not in export. You are doing something which is somehow not related to agriculture, but is serving agriculture. So it's a system. You can be in the poultry, you can be in primary production, you can be in transport, in cold chain, you can be in marketing, you can be in an influencer doing online content, you can be in extension, which is my field actually, and you can still make a contribution and get some money. So it is about that value young people are seeing in agriculture because it's somehow untapped. And if you go to developed countries, you will see that that there are a lot of things, untapped potential we have in agriculture. For example, a very simple example: go to Simba supermarket. You will find products from Europe, from France, from Germany, from Holland, which are actually coming processed from there to here, and we buy them. But we still have the same produce. It's like, for example, you have sweet corn. You can still do sweet corn and process them and then put them in the market. This guy will help you to fulfill all the standards. So there are so many potential, untapped potential in agriculture, especially in the upper value chain, like in the processing, the marketing, cold chain, in I mean all of these kind of levels of the value chain for us to make a very good food system. So there are so many, and innovation always, I mean most of the time, not always, most of the time innovation come from young people. So we at YPAD, we are trying our best to kind of see what are the possible opportunity for young people in each and every segment of the food system so that we can create more opportunity, more jobs, of course, more money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good.
Wait,
Yes.
he said about the sweet corn products from outside, maybe if I heard well. Uh, when you see Rwandan market, we are young entrepreneurs, but also building trust in the customers is not something simple. You you normally process products. You can also produce that sweet corn as well. But when you go to Simba supermarket, as you said, Simba supermarket normally receive those products from Europe, from USA, from France, or elsewhere. So you can bring that one, and they just what they do is like the other thing that that one said. Maybe my colleague said that they tell you that it's hard, and you go there. Think about yourself. Am I related to this? Is it my career, or I check elsewhere? So if they tell you that is it having an S mark, you start thinking about S mark.
Oh yeah, okay.
What? Maybe continue. I will continue from what you had
Okay,
maybe
you
said.
can ask your question. Then I thought maybe you asked already your question. I
Yes.
wanted to
Mm,
reply.
mm,
Okay, so the thing is, doing business, there is no exception in agriculture in doing business. The standards are always the same. I think last time, I mean, like 2 weeks ago, we had an international standard organization having a standard meeting here in Kigali. So they said standards are always the same. We don't need to, I mean, you cannot lower the standards for a client to buy for you, right? So if you were going to sell to this buyer, you need to fulfill XYZ for them to buy from you. It's like you going to the market. You cannot buy something you don't see that it adds some value to you. So that's someone who is buying from you. You need to fulfill all the requirement for you to sell to that person. So now, to make it very brief, it has to always make value to someone who is buying for you. And then how can it make value to that someone? How can it be appealing to that someone? You need to really work for it. There is no way you can have like shortcuts. If it is a standard, you have to fill that standard. If RSB is asking you to fulfill this for them to give S mark, there is no way you can pass through something, then you get that without working. So start with the little you have, scratch your head, do everything possible you can. I'm telling you, I did like 8 to 10 years without touching any money in what I was doing. But at the at the 8th or 9th year, we started to make some money. You can see the journey how it was really tough, but we didn't give up, and it wasn't actually that we were not doing something valuable, but people were yet to see the value of what we do, and maybe we were yet to reach that level that people can value what we do. So there is no kind of how do we call them, shortcuts. You need to go, stretch your head, do everything possible for you and your products to be appealing to people.
When I like the topic about the standards, quality compliance, because when you say about there's a money in agriculture, as you said, first, let's take example for made in Rwanda products. So it's a new initiative that is emerging. So when it comes to product, as he said, we all buy value. We don't buy product. So the value means when you go to the shelves, you find 95% of the juice from Rwanda, they are the same. Chili, either chili sauce, chili paste, they are the same. What they imported, they are sweet chili, they are dry chili, they are any other form of chili that is being imported from maybe India, that is not made in Rwanda. So, but if SIFA is introducing chili oil, we have, I've seen in an agri show, I have seen 50 brands of chili oil. What is different is the name. But if you were the customer, what will you buy? I will buy maybe the
price.
No, it's not the price. The product are the same. It's the chili oil. While there's a dry chili, maybe he made like dry chili, like a dried chili. But who is tapping the game as a young entrepreneur? We are all producing a chili oil. There's no value because you have also chili oil. What's the difference from your chili oil from this one? It's almost the same, unless you may use maybe olive oil. That can be a slight difference. But if you are buying the formula is almost the same. That's why I find the price is relevant. Second is the branding and packaging. You see, I'm telling you my stuff. Because the way Kenyan product and Tanzanian product are packed, they're so different in ours in the country. For example, juice bottles, they are the same. Find from the well-known, don't mention the brand, but we know. They know the very well-known juices. So whoever is coming the game, we go to find, I want the bottle, which is the same bottle of X company is using. See if coming in the juice, a passion juice, pineapple juice. They're the only. But if you have you ever been to Uganda, you can find more than 100 varieties of juice, each one having different specifically. Let's come to Rwanda. We are complaining about high percentage of post-harvest loss, So you cannot find vegetable juice in the market. On my knowledge, I've never found, made in Rwanda, I've never found vegetable juice. For me, I have never found it in any shelf. While we are claiming cucumbers.
We have. Even
I'm saying vegetable juice that is
tomatoes.
packed, not fresh. Can you go in Simba and find vegetable
Ketchup.
juice?
Ketchup.
It's not a juice.
It's what?
I mean a soft drink. So what I'm saying, it is reflecting on the point you are saying. As he said, innovation sometimes, as I observed in the industry I've ever been, when you say innovation in young people in Rwanda, we think about attractive thing. This mic is so attractive. It looks good. So when it comes to innovation, is to say maybe what is the gap or what is the challenge so I can innovate it into a solution. That's really the innovation. So you innovate something that is not existing, and the way it solves the problem is that's the innovation. You transform the challenge into solution. For example, you know, non-communicable disease is increasing over time. Obesity is increasing on the world. So there's no one who is saying, let me innovate and introduce a vegetable juice. Let me give you an example, but you pay me. So if you are producing maybe cucumber ABC juice, and with the vegetable we are saying, we complain that they are going to waste. And that raises shortage. Maybe that's how you find the vegetable in a dry season, they're expensive. So what if you can use people who don't you who are advised to leave sugar? So what if you can use maybe sugar cane to sweeten the vegetable juice? It's an example of innovation, solving the problem of the people who are the vegetable growers, and also innovating a new product that is solving diabetic drinks.
Yes, you are revealing business ideas. Actually, I don't think that it's because that we are not innovative. It's an issue of finance, access to finance. The ideas are there. If you give me some money, I can make a very good,
Yeah,
idea, a very good business because
easy.
for me, myself, I've been exposed to different farming ideas because I do tours around Rwanda and even outside of Rwanda. I've seen many business ideas, but because as youth, I don't have money. So, what if I even sleep and say, one day I will make money, but today I don't have money. So, if I don't have money, I cannot start a business. Yes, the innovation are there, the ideas are there, but we are still having an issue of access to finance, which is causing all the issues that you say that Rwandan youth are not innovative. Yet there are issues that you're not saying that is behind, that is making us not being able to compete on outside the market, on the exportation market or somewhere. You said about the juices of vegetables. Do you know, like for me, I started in Rika, Google. We do submit business ideas that are better, and then you see that someone comes with an idea that you didn't even think about in your life. And then you see, man, if you get money, if you get money and start this business, I know that's in just 2 to 3 years to going to multiple. But when we go outside, the outside world is different. You go outside and you found out that you cannot, you wish I can have 1 hectare of land, but how much does it cost is the issue. Do we have money? If we get exposed to having money, to having funds, to having access to finance, Rwandan youth, we are so innovative, and the technology is there, the AI is there. I always see people, we go in the meeting and you see someone's business and you'll be like, I thought about this, but I didn't have money. Some big bosses have stored our business ideas. My dear, last time I was invited to in a campaign about the business which once I dreamed about. The one that I went to Dika with, saying that if I go out, I'll have to find money and start this business. And now it's thriving. So if I start it, there will be like, see if I copied someone. I think as being innovative, as being exposed to technologies, as being exposed to everything is not enough. I think for the best thing that they can do for youth, especially these ones who are just having an ideas in agribusiness, is for us to have access to finance.
And for instance, if I'm able to maybe go into farming of like vegetables or like maybe cabbage, like that way maybe I can get some money if I'm able to get a market, because even the local market, I can satisfy it.
I want to be a rich lady in agribusiness.
You know, if you say in a context of this agribusiness, men agribusiness need investment.
We need some good money, like, because me having 2 millions and tapping into poultry farming, it's a failure. I'm saying because I know.
You're taking some pictures and you're gonna be saying before and after.
In Rwanda-Kazakhstan relations.
What if your child's first step into school was their very first step into the future? At Akon's International School, every classroom is a launchpad. Every child uniquely known. Every lesson a spark of discovery. Our world-class facilities, including the guided reading program, don't just build skills, they build confidence. From sports to science, from music to languages, your child is never boxed in. Clean spaces, happy faces, global minds rooted in care. Because at Akon's International School, wellness, discipline and joy go hand in hand. We offer Cambridge International program from early years to A levels. Choosing a school isn't just an academic decision. It's a decision about trust, care and possibility. Imagine more for your child. Choose us today, because at Akon's International School, we inspire and empower. Welcome to Akon's International School, Kigali.
Okay, thank you so much. That's how really consultants tap in. So, for example, everything has to start with you. Let's be honest. There's no one who can say, I will start this once I get money, because we find a way to find money. So the way we do, as we speak about opportunities, so it's a strategy you find, you design. There's access to finance issue. We all completely agree. Even rich man, they cry upon their level, depending on the business they want to make. So what I'm saying to youth is that what I'm emphasizing, there's an opportunity to tap in regardless of the capital. For example, many of the REAF members, youth that we have supported, I swear to God, they may even have 1 million investment, 2 million investment. So they have been asking, what should I do? Even many people, they call us, oh, I have 3 million, but I had to establish maybe a yogurt factory, but a machine is a big problem. So how we do, according to the experience, according to the sector structure, there's, as he said about passion, there's what you want to do and what is possible for you. So based on our knowledge, we say there's maybe 100 opportunities of the product that you can do. So you cannot do what you want to do. You can define 5 type of different of services you want to do. And as long as you elevate you elaborate the requirement, you find you are still lacking the money. But where we come in, we say, okay, there are different business that you can go in. Remember, he said that a strong point that we always emphasize on the market need and the value are bringing. So where we tap in, we say, well, let's separate on the stages, because even 90% of the people we meet them. We meet them in a consultation. Why they have bought the thing that is they are not meant to be bought at that stage. So you with a small money, you design to say what are the requirement of this product, what is the gap on the market. You go in you list even 10 pages elaborating what is the business that can make money at this investment. That's first. Then after you prove even the product, the proof of concept of the business, that's where even the investment come in. Because I know few investors who can trust, even say, oh, I have a business idea, or I have a sample of product, invest in me. It's a product.
You're just being diplomatic.
No, I'm honest, because even the people, they can come and give you testimony, because I've very more than 10 youth who has less than 2 million. I'm saying we help you to navigate on the product that is possible with the investment you have. So he's saying there's a different business the people has in the mind, but they're not able to implement it because of finance issue. So we are saying that 2 million is let me say about a product. Let's keep farming aside. So if you want to make a product, we have a 2 million. There's still the product that you can produce and sell with 2 million. The issue is to know what is the product I can make, because the requirements for machine and infrastructure for product, they are different. So what is missing by being innovative is to know really what can fit in the market with the money I have. And remember, business is a progressive way. You cannot say within 2 months you have everything. So with the money you have, we help you to establish the factory and produce the product. And also that's where even the finance institution may tap in, because I've approved even the market.
You know what you are saying? Like, that's why you're gonna find a lot of youth are not doing this agricultural business, because they trying to find out, if I got 2 mil, like I can sell shoes out there. I can sell clothes instead of going to the farm trying to do this farming business. If you say in a context of this agribusiness, man, agribusiness need investment. Whatever you can say, but I know, like, farming with money, man.
Sorry, Abiti.
Just an example before you tap in. I'm very sorry. Go, you go on. You can testify. Starting a business, like we started with 500 chickens, but to be honest, breeding the pain, bringing in drinkers, feeders, and everything, we've just 500 chickens, you're not going to make money. That's very honest. And when someone says you can start with 2 chickens, 1 chicken, my dear, you will die poor. Oh yeah, you will start even the feather, The motivation speakers be like. But to be honest, yes, to start small is good. But if looking at a bigger site where as youth will be the lead for agriculture or for agribusiness, we need some good money. Like, because me having 2 millions and tapping into poultry farming, it's a failure. I'm saying because I know it's a real farm experience. But yeah, as you said, me buying shoes and go to outside market and sell those shoes, I'll make money. Yes, that means that if you have good money to start business, that's why we even grow big and then employ so many people. Can you just employ 5 people with just 5 million, it's impossible because you need farm inputs, you need everything, and you also need to pay your employees. That's just being like, let me just motivate them. And yeah, you just, and you're even marketing yourself. You're not.
Let me give you an
Wait.
example. Because I said business, there's a reality we cannot overcome. I said if you want to make yogurt, there's a requirement of the equipment that can allow, without even standard. Can you incubate in a bucket or pasteurize in a gas? It's not. So she has to tap in a yogurt. But today the finance cannot allow her. So I said that's how she said, let me find another product that I can produce within 2 million and it's able. For example, he has a 500,000 and he has seen a potential in poultry, but it's not possible. So what I said, you are a pig farmer. So, but pig to 500, for example, or what? Let's say 1 million. There's maybe a shelter for 2 pigs, and with 1 million, you can start with 2 pigs or even 1 pig. They are so productive. How do you call it? Productive? Yeah, okay, productive. So he paused. He designed maybe a business plan for poultry. He paused it. He sees with a pig he can start farming with 1 million in pig. So he starts in pig. As more he gets more investment, maybe after 3 years he can come in poultry, because there's 2 points. Even if you can you yourself, if you are an investor and you meet Rafiki saying, oh, boss, I have maybe business plan, there's a potential in poultry, la la la, and you need 20,000 USD, you cannot give it easily. But this lady, if he has even 200 poultry in a shelter, you say, I've been for this business for a year, I had 10 chicken, after 3 months it's come to 50 or whatever. So what I'm saying, even if there's investment you need to for something you need, whatever you have, there's also another business you can analyze and start with it. That's even the best way to start, and even to convince and even to prove the investor or finance institution to give you money, because you have proved what you can do. So later on you can tap in what you really want to do that can give you a lot of money, which is poultry. That's the context. But you cannot tell me youth will stay until they get enough investment. No, there's something you can still do in what you have.
Amen.
And I'm a man to say it because I've done for many people in food industries.
Yeah, I want to add something there. As he said, it's really true. You can start for small money. As you said, this is not possible. As you are young, you have to have a small money. You don't have time. You are going to start working. Once you get 40 years, it means you will get a lot of money. It means agribusiness it's like a passion, because if you start for one season, after one season I'm going to get 20 million. You cannot get. If you have 1 million after a season or 2 seasons, it is possible to get 2 million to be like Goretti. You see? And then you are starting now. You close your school now. You want to be. I finished my school. There is 10 years or other years. You start now. You want to be like me. For youth, I encourage you to work, to use what you have, and be focused. You do not fight to be rich today. I want to be a rich lady in agribusiness. It cannot work. For example, I'm going to talk about chili as I export it. For example, here in Rwanda, we don't have MRL machine. As this lady maybe she knows, as they always used to use pesticide. We can't stop because we don't have a MRL machine. If you want to test your chili, what quantity of pesticide in a chili, you have to go in Kenya. Can you stop working and then take your whole shipment to go to test in Kenya? No, you have to work. So on my side, finance is good, but if you don't have, use what you have. Small but
I do agree with you.
20 seconds. Another example for export, a typical example for export, she knows. So there's exporter who may send like a 1 ton per shipment. So as we said, there's a cost for air freight, box and whatever. So whatever savings she had, she started with okay, I don't know if you are familiar with a word pallet. A pallet is like the package standard you ship with a product. A pallet of chili is around 300 kgs. So what we said, for example, she had a saving of 4 million, and she want to start an export. So she cannot start with 5 pallets. Let's say 1 ton. So within the investment she has, because she found a customer, she sent an email. A customer say, it's okay, send a sample. She sent 10 box. A customer approved the quality. And then she told the customer, so far I'm able to send 300 kg, which is 1 pallet. Because with 4 million, she can pay the airline, casuals, even the product from the farmer.
even
So,
workplace.
yes, even workplace. With 4 million, she can send 1 pallet. Customer pay back after maybe 2 weeks. So from the 4 million, maybe she paid 5 million. That's a profit of 1 million. Next week, she increased to 2 pallets. So the logic we are saying, the way she started, she has never said that, let me wait until I have 10 million for 5 tons. But whatever she had, she find a way to start small. Even, for example, let's say she had 2 million and 1 pallet is 4 million. So she could say, let me start by now in farming. Because you are from YPAD. You know, for example, in Chile, with 2 million, you can grow 0.5 hectare of land. For example, you know 2 million, you can grow chili from 0.5 hectare. So she starts from there. She grows because she is in the export. It's easier for her to say, I want to do export, but I'm not able today. As long as I'm in the export, there is a market. Even there's a shortage of the supply. She invests in farming. So because she's in export, she farms and also she find a market from other exporters, which is she's working currently. After 4 seasons, then she get for maybe the investment of 4 million from 2 million. Now she start also exporting because she had no money for export. That's how we create opportunity and innovation. That's the logic I was saying. Whatever you have, you can tap in and say, I'm not able to, I don't know if you're getting me well. You want to do export, you are not able. You say, let me grow and sell to the exporters because I'm in the sector and I will find the customer. After 1 year, then from selling primary products, which is chili, now she get 4 million and she start exporting 1 pallet. That's the point you are raising about using whatever you have to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yes. Reflecting back on what we have been like trying to say, there is what we call entrepreneur mindset, and in that you need to be a risk taker, if I may say that. Because if you say that today maybe I have because it's not that everybody is going to get 1 million, 2 million to start something. Because if you look into agribusiness sector, you need to be more careful. You do the business plan, you see the visibility of it, not blindly going to do it. Because for instance, if we talk about chili farming and then I go into chili farming and I don't have a market, to be honest, I'm not eating chili. You understand? Like most of these standard chilies, like maybe we say badai, we say teja. For me, as a Rwandan farmer, I'm not going to eat it. It's a very loss if I don't have a market for it, of if maybe I lose a market for it. And for instance, if I'm able to maybe go into farming of like vegetables or like maybe cabbage, like that way maybe I can get some money if I'm able to get a market, because even the local market I can satisfy it. But it also depends who is going to buy it for you, because sometimes you cannot even get a market. So what I'm trying to say is this: sometimes most of the youth, when they say that they have many bright and brilliant ideas, they are lacking finance, if it's that what I'm saying. Because you might be having 500, but if you do the business plan and the visibility, you can say that it's not, it's not matching. That's why we mostly try to find opportunities, like through the YPAD. We see where we can seize opportunities to meet investors, to do the funding, to pitch ideas, so that we get money. So basically what I would say is that you might not have money right now, which is what is happening to most of the people not to start a business. But the best idea is that find some other solutions in the meantime, and then you are able to save up some money so that you can go into your agribusiness. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we can come here and tell people to be in agribusiness, but they be like, we don't have money. We did business plan and this and this. So as a youth, because you are still able to do, sometimes you can do this and this and this, there and there. You can get some money and collect it. So you can at least save so that you can do what you want to do in agribusiness. Or maybe you find where to interview into agribusiness, because not everything is going to require you like the huge money to implement, like to go into farming. Maybe you can be that consultant, because I feel like consultant didn't ask you to do a lot of things. Like, it's the skills that you have, the knowledge, the connection. So like you interfere into something that is going to give you money to do the biggest thing that you want to do. Yeah.
This is actually one of the biggest challenge people are facing, and it's really hitting hard, because one wants to do something, but I mean, the lack of resources, especially financial resources, really hitting. And I actually agree in what you're saying, because you need to start small and start very small, because in agribusiness, especially in farming businesses, there are so much kind of failures. So you start poultry, 5,000 heads, then tomorrow you are hit by a disease, everything is done. The money you were saying that I have at least some money to start something, oh man, you're knocked down. So you need to start small. I do believe in that. But again, there is our financial ecosystem. Let's talk about it. It's really true. Our financial ecosystem. I think there is something to adjust in our financial ecosystem and how people access finance. We have our banks, so many of them. Banks, these commercial banks, the microfinance, even the SACCOs. But let's see what are the products they have for different people. It's like in agriculture, we have so many, I mean, so very few, close to none product in agriculture. But if someone wants to go into manufacturing, maybe industry and everything, they just give you money. But when you are talking about agriculture and food processing, farming, primary production, pigs, poultry, fishing, you go there, then you want to go into poultry, we know they die. We know they die. We don't give you money. So there is that need of customizing the products we have our banks have for agriculture portfolios. I know there are some banks that are working on that, but we still need to have a very big step when it comes to customizing banks and financial products we have for farmers. So maybe SACCO, they might say, okay, we are very close to farmers, we give money to farmers. But that loan they give to farmers, to young people in the villages, they are not really very customized to the living and business conditions of those young folks. It's really hard when you want to start, like, let's say like yogurt. You want to start a yogurt factory, but they maybe want you to pay, or they give you like some terms of reference, like someone who wants to go into selling shoes. It can't work. So there is that need. I do agree very much with you that we need to start very small because agribusiness is very fragile. But again, these people who holds money, they need also to be somehow flexible and customize their product. If I'm going into let's maize farming, let's say like for local consumption, a maize season lasts 6 months, between 4 and 6 months, and you want me to pay directly after 1 month. Where do I get money? Where will I get money? That was a simple example. There are so many things in agriculture that are going on, and people are not really able to fetch this money. We know banks are really full of money, but how to access it and how to be trustable by bank. Some of the time, it's an issue of the banking and financial ecosystem you're working in. There are possibility of the policy action that can be, I mean, born from, I don't know who can just initiate that, but I think the ministries, these big institution, government institution, even private sector, they can advocate something like that. But there are some flexibility that should be there for people who are doing like agribusiness things. I know there are some banks who are doing like the same. They are trying to customize some products, but it needs to speed up somehow.
Yeah, thank you so much, Etienne. That was the point. I just wanted you to talk about policies and moving forward. Like Freedom said that he's into poultry farming, but he faces some challenges, and we all into different value chains. We faces different challenges. I think it's an opportunity for us right now to just highlight challenges we are facing and the policies, like how, yes, how can we influence policies? Which solution do you think you can bring out? What can you tell policymakers about the challenges you're facing and how it can be resolved? Thank you.
Uh, Thank you. I believe when it comes to policies, I'll be trying to talk to the government, NGOs, a lot of people, specifically, I see gap into this access to finance stuff, skills. A lot of youth have skills. I'm telling you, they know how to do business. But when it comes to getting finance, for example, I will use my own example. Starting this poultry business, I have nothing except this money that I get from a parent, you know, and it's a blessing. And then later on, I approached BDF. Man, a lot of people are gonna say that BDF don't do nothing, but they try. They are not there yet, but they try. And I heard that now they have merged themselves with is it BRD? Hopefully something big is gonna come out. And the thing is, for example, the loan that they have for agribusiness, they give you almost 10 million. That's the maximum they can give you, and then you pay like 30% of it's 7 million on the interest rate of 12. But what they are asking, it's really close to impossible for a lot of youth. And it's there, like you hear that, BDF, is supporting youth into agribusiness. But when you go there, what they're asking you, what you have to comply with, is close to impossible. I'm saying that as a person who have, I have accepted that loan, but I know how hard the words, how it is close to impossible for getting it. Imagine you are young, they are asking you to be a graduate, university graduate, and they are asking you collateral security. They are asking you to have already started the business. The business is already running. I have my business running, but how many youth who are doing agribusiness who gonna comply with those three criterias? It's close to impossible. You're gonna have business and you end up not having this degree. You're gonna have this degree and business, you're gonna end up not having your business. So it's something that they really need to work on. And the other thing is these people who be giving money, you know, grants and stuff. Man, it look like they give money to those people who really know how to pitch, like who really know how to say thing. Like, how come you start, this campaign of giving people grant, and you start with with the idea, with the idea, what idea do you have, what you're doing. There are people who are good in pitching, who are good in writing, but in the end, when you go to the field, you find out that they are doing nothing. Man, they gotta change, the the system, like the way they're doing that. Putting money to the field, they go check out if these people are really working. Some people don't know how to pitch their business. Okay, it's another thing. You might find somebody who can pitch for you. It's the thing, but the problem is there are people who know how to do their businesses, but who don't know how to talk about business. And these people who are giving money, they are focusing on, how can you talk your business? That is the challenge that I'm seeing. So, yeah, it is what it is. We're going to keep pushing, but
Yeah, that's a very good point, because I just raised that because I've seen, I interact with many farmers, and they are always raising this issue, and especially for youth, it is the challenge. And for us, like, there's also something you mentioned about the training, access to trainings or skills and knowledge. Yes, there is this gap that, like, for us who doesn't know how to pitch our business, maybe you can know how to teach our businesses through trainings and being acquainted with skills. But also, I've seen NGOs, I don't want to mention names, they'll be like they are working with women or youth in agribusiness, and then let's say that they are going to help with fighting malnutrition and hunger, and they're just equipping those youth that they're trained with, like 4 chickens, 10 chickens, whatever, and they'll be like they're helping. Or maybe they have good money, but the investment they are giving to the farmer or to the youth cannot help them reach to the level they can employ others. For instance, if someone, like I said, if someone gives you 300 chickens and a poultry barn and whatever, at some point you'll be stuck and not making good money. But yet, if they say that maybe let's take 10 people who are into agribusiness but doesn't have access to funds or access to the finance, and then they breed maybe a poultry barn of 10,000 chickens. From 10,000 chickens that you're going to make money. But scattering the money for different youth, like 300 for them to mention to the government or to the funders that they have helped 30 youth with 300 chickens. Yet they could have helped them maybe in crops you say land consolidation. I don't know in livestock how we say that. I don't know, merging them. Yes, that can make good money. Like, for example, if all of us have a farm, everyone has 500 chickens, and maybe they merge us and we have 5,000 chickens. For us being into a group association, we'll get good money because we have a very big farm, a very good market, and it's even easy to attract investors, because you say that we have 50k chickens and we want to upscale the business. It's easier. But when you say that I have 300 chickens, they ask you record keeping, they ask you everything, and when you at the end you find out that you've just made a small profit, and you need to keep your business running. So I'm talking directly to the NGOs or to those who help youth and women into agribusiness, that if you're going to equip the youth or the women into agribusiness to make this farming profitable, please, do I beg? I know, but help them with something tangible, with something that will help them move from the level they are in to the another level, so they can also be able to create jobs and be profitable and be rich, as we always everyone in this earth, not even youth, we dream about being rich. But someone just gives you something small and they say that you're going to be rich. But please equip those youth and women with something tangible. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm appreciate for whatever you say. Agribusiness is very important from scratch until now. I'm agree with people say agribusiness is good and is where money come from. I think many people or young people have a good an idea but don't have capital or investment. The problem young people we have, they don't have collateral like parent. Me, negotiate my parent and I told I have a plan to go a farmer or to bring my seeds into farmer and then tell me I don't have collateral. It's a big problem on the young people. Still now, I'm able to congratulate again government of Rwanda to support young people through training and the money give people or young to use through in agribusiness or in agriculture. Me, I'm a farmer. I start on 1 hectare, but still I have 5 hectare. 5 hectare of tomato. It's the good idea I have, but the support comes from my parents and the government. Thank you. Agribusiness is the backbone of an economy.
Thank you so much. Maybe I could draw a little bit of reflection on what Sifa have said about like the funding opportunity outside, because as the youth, if you're able to pitch well your idea, present what you want to do, most of the time, yes, you get funding. But when you look it on the other side, the money that you get and the gap between implementing it, you find that it's really not complementing each other. Like you said, most of the time you might find a youth, like they said, maybe they got money, and when you go to the field, they haven't yet, implemented. Yeah, so it's not because like they left it, the money they gave them, but because when they got to the field and the reality hit them, it was like the money is not meeting what you have to do. But that is not what I want to draw mostly on that, because what I believe is this, as a youth, because I feel like those kind of programs that NGOs bring or any other investors is because they see a potential in what you're doing. Sometimes you yourself, because you're still like starting small, you cannot see it. But if you are able to aggregate yourself and merge with your fellows who are like doing the same business, and you are able to gather funds there and there, for sure you can build something bigger instead of focusing on working alone. Because I've seen that most of the time, if you get funding and you pitch your idea, yes, it was good and was appealing to the people, but to implement it, you are still there stuck. You are not doing anything. And then you find like our fellow, he's already implementing it with his poultry. He's trying to do it, but because for you have not yet gathered all the whole money. So the best thing is that it's always good to look for people who has the same idea as you, so that you are able to put together. And then if you are as a person who believe in solo proprietorship, when you get that money, you can get yourself out and you start doing your own. So that's drawing us to the topic that we have today, about why agribusiness is where the money is. So it means the bigger the investment, the bigger the profit. That's the reality. So even though you have a small investment, it's a motivation for you to work harder to getting a bigger investment. Because at the end of the day, if we rely on BDF or other government institution that give us the money, sometimes yes, we appreciate that money because we don't have it, but for you, appreciating it is giving you another courage to maybe convince your neighbor to say, can you also do this so that we put together? Can you also do this so that we put together? So that at the end of the day, you're able to raise something, because you are not going to be like your father who had like 10 hectares and you are able to, he has been able to produce a lot of things, and do you have 1 hectare? No. For us, the economy and how the things are going is different, to be honest. Back in the days, people used to have hectares and whatever's, but for us right now, it's very hard to even accommodate 1 hectare. That's the reality. So it's better that you are able to gather people that are in the same generation as you, so that you are able to form a team or a group, so that you raise something out of you and you make money through agribusiness. Otherwise, there is money there because people are being rich in coffee value chain, they're being rich in avocados, they're being rich, right? But for them, you cannot find them having those less hectares. They also have big hectares because they have been able to consolidate with others, or other investors, so that they form like a big team. And then at the end of the day, they're able to go alone. So no one can go in agribusiness alone. Find people, the right people, to go in the agribusiness sector with you to get the money there. Thank you.
Okay, as if I would say in two contexts, one from policymaker, and as my brother has said, as agriculture has ecosystem, and also finance and investment has also their word of ecosystem. So something to change, reflecting to Freedom what has said, I would like policymakers, banks, and NGO, all investors, because let's be real, because banks has people's money, it's not their money. At the end of the day, they give you something that is proven technically. So what I believe, like a BDF, I go to knock on the door. They say, how many years in the business? This is my first season. So do you have a financials? Do you have how many revenues have you yet made? I say it's my first season. Maybe I've made 1 million. So according to their requirement, they may see me not yet to be given money. But what I ask them to include is to be close to you, at least given the training that they can provide, and also work with you as you grow, because they're the one. I mean, as long as you know how to financially run a business, that's how, like a BDF is, they are watching you closely. After maybe 6 months with the coaching and also growing a business, they may see that Freedom is now he is able to be given a loan, instead of saying go and bring a collateral, and as long as you have it, so you can come back. So that's how they can do. And also, as youth, let's be honest of ourselves and make sure that whatever investor is looking for, let's start on ourselves and make it investable.
Thank you all for what you are saying. So what I found, it is better because all of us will know where there is a gap, and also have solution. We know where the solution will come from. So it is so amazing to know where is the gap, where is the solution. So I would like to thank East African Media Group for what they did for us, and also as they understand what we are saying, so they can share our speech, and then we'll get the good solution. And also, as they call us to come here, they can call us to go outside to visit the different country to see how they do their agribusiness, to see how they do the farming, so that even as it will be, we will get the good impact for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we have learned a lot. As they said, there's a proverb which says that slowly by slowly makes a journey. Let us be focused. We have to focus on ourselves and work hard. I really know we shall achieve more, and we have to change the whole society. And there are many who have learned from us. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much. I want to circle back to two things before maybe we wrap up. Um, One of those be we say that there is one challenge of money, but there is also another big challenge that I'm speaking from experience that exists. What is called knowledge. The knowledge is I mean the knowledge gap is really big than you can think about. It's really big. So I don't want to again go through how it's really big. I mean, farming, agribusiness, these are the in the category of natural science. Natural science. It's pure business. I mean, it's a pure science that you have to practice. If you go in a farm, it's a pure natural science you are doing. If you go rearing pigs, it's a pure natural science you are doing. If you go into export, you are dealing with bioscience, you're doing with a pure science of biology and chemistry. So there is a big gap when it comes to what people know about what they are doing. I went into farming. I mean, I did crop science. I know how to plant this and this and this. Maybe I succeeded somehow, even though there are a lot of challenges there. But there are so many people who are failing, not because they don't have money, but because they don't have skills on doing A, B, C, D in farming, in agribusiness, businesses. So I can ask young folks who wants to go into farming to just sit, relax, drink some water and learn about what they want to do because it's a pure science, and if you fail something, the science won't actually be apologetic to you. It will just fail, just like that. So that was one. Another thing is technology integration. The technology is actually, I mean, we are all experiencing what is happening with the new development in and advances in technology with this AI, with other technology we have but we don't use. So it's really good if you can integrate some forms of technology in your doing. As I mean, we are young people, we can operate some of these things. So let's even knowledge, you can get knowledge by integrating technology in what you're doing. You just sit and use your phone, you do everything, you search here and there, and then you get the knowledge you want. Then add a practical lesson. Go to a farmer, go to someone who is doing that agribusiness, learn from there. If you want to go into poultry, go to Freedom, go and see what he is doing practically, not just what you learned at school. I know maybe you graduated from livestock rearing, livestock and animal husbandry and everything, but that technical skills you got from school is not really enough. You need to go to Freedom and learn what he is actually doing. You need to go to our neighbor here, Goletti, and learn how she is doing packaging, she's doing all of this stuff for you to go into export. You need to go to my neighbor here and learn exactly what they're doing into yogurt and milk processing. So you need to have that capacity of sitting, relaxing, and wait, get knowledge until you have like a full package. I mean, you can learn as you do your things, but please get the knowledge because knowledge is really power. You don't need to fail when you have invested all the money. Integrate technology and knowledge is everywhere you can get it.
Thank you so much. We've took so much time, and I just want us to close this conversation very good and beautiful. So we are going to talk directly to the youth as a motivation. Like, what is the motive you can give to youth as a young man who is into agribusiness for them to see agribusiness as where the money is, agribusiness as a profitable venture to them. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you. I will take like 30 seconds, like to tell my fellow youth, how this agribusiness is prolific. In one word, you love it, put in your work, and learn, like he said. Make sure that you check out these farmers who are doing things. For example, I'm talking to the youth who are into these other businesses, or who want to join this agribusiness. If you do this learning, check out these people who are doing the same business that you want to venture in, and then make sure that you love this thing, because if you ain't got no love, it ain't gonna work.
That's very beautiful, though. What am I going to say? Yeah, that's very beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you. Agribusiness is where money come from. I'm agree with those words because I'm a farmer, especially I'm young. I have purpose to change my feeling into reality through agribusiness. Thank you.
A takeaway from this is that as a young person, you need to be bold, and you being bold, you need to be able to knock to the doors you see opportunities and seize them, because opportunities in agriculture, they are available to help you out scale your business and your venture. All you need to do is that you need to be bold and take a step to knocking to those opportunities and seeking them. Otherwise, you are going to get money.
Yes, dear youth, agriculture is a big value chain from input supply, crop production, transport, handling, value addition, and distribution and storage. So stop explaining your excuses and challenges. Find around you, surrounding your surroundings. There's something that can help you. So if you focus on what you don't have today, you will never make it. So find around you what you can use today to start building some stairs that can take you tomorrow to what you are looking for. And also find your why you are going to do that. Find the clarity and don't move on it. Learn it about every day. Make it, and also feel the word.
Thank you. Dear youth, keep your courageous and use what you have. Also, reach out. The opportunity are there in agriculture. There is money. Thank you.
Thank you. My advice to this, my advice to this goes like this: they have to first sit, really have time. They don't need to panic and say that this one say that agriculture is a source of money. They really need to first settle. What am I going to do? He or she has no moving on pressure. First sit, get time, do agribusiness. I know you will achieve more. Thank you.
Good. So my few last word, I think I can say that yes, there is money in agriculture, but that money, for you to get it, you need to work for it. It's not like you go in and then you have money. You need to have skills. You need to have passion. You need to have the courage to wait until you get that money. So there is a lot and a lot of opportunities from what you just said. Agriculture and agri-food system is a big kind of system which has so many potential and opportunity, from just input supply, input provision, extension, crop production, animal husbandry, everything, processing, marketing, everything, including influencing policies and social media people. So there is a lot of opportunity. But for you to fetch in that money, you need to work for it and wait a little bit for you to see that your work actually is yielding.
Yeah. I loved everything about this youth unmoderated dialogue. My message is simple. Youth, you don't have to wait for opportunities, but we can create them. Agriculture is not about farming only, It's about feeding the nation. It's about building wealth with purpose. And I'm proud to be among the generation that is proving agribusiness is where the money is. And it's up to us youth to challenge the word and to show them that agribusiness is where the money is. Thank you so much. I loved everything about this, and see you soon. Thank you. We are done. Huh?